Welcome back. This morning, more than 1,300 Department of Education employees are officially being laid off, cutting roughly half the entire department. It comes just weeks after the Supreme Court cleared the way for the Trump administration to carry out its plans for mass firings there. A lower court judge had previously put that plan on hold, warning that the layoffs will, quote, likely cripple the department. These fired workers performed a wide range of jobs, and many haven't been able to work since March when they were first placed on leave. Joining us now is one of those workers, Jason Cottrell, who was a data coordinator at the Department of Education before he was laid off today. Jason, must be a tough day for you. Can you just describe what you did at the Department of Education and who's going to do it now?
Sure. I was responsible for the essentially evidence building related to data quality, data governance, and ensuring that the data that is coming into the department for a lot of the work that we do is meeting the standards of good science and good responsible governance of the work. And so we wanted to make sure that essentially the work that we were doing was responsible to the public, to the individuals who are paying our salaries, that are paying for the grants that are going out of the department, and just overall ensuring that we were good stewards for the work that we do to the public.
You are one of more than 1,300 employees now gone from the Department of Education. What kind of impact do you see this having on schools and students just a couple of weeks before everybody heads back to school?
Yeah, we're already seeing delays in a lot of the work that the department does. And, the public is, trying to reach out to the department to have questions answered, especially in the post-secondary realm for federal student aid. We're hearing about the delays that they are receiving or the non-responses in terms of applying for their aid, applying to receive their student loans, to pay back their student loans for those that are in repayment. And for our K-12 institutions, we're hearing about the delays in getting the funding out to those schools. Additionally, we're hearing about the failure to meet congressional deadlines. For me, the data is really important in terms of ensuring accuracy, success for our students. And we're hearing about delays in actually getting some of those reports to Congress or not getting those reports at all. And so that's a big concern for my colleagues, for myself. And the long-term impacts are going to be devastating. Data aren't going to be collected. There's going to be falls in terms of the quality of data that is actually coming in because folks aren't able to ask those questions because nobody is there to actually do the work that needs to get done.
The Washington Post reported yesterday that because of the Trump administration's deferred resignation program, the federal government is now paying more than 154,000 federal employees not to work. Your thoughts about that?
Yeah. I mean, it's a complete waste of time and money as to what they're doing because it's a failure on the part of this administration of actually doing good governance. And I think that's our biggest concern is, we were there to do good for the public. And right now, we're getting, laid off now, riffed now. And in the long term, the impacts of what we could have been doing over the past few months of getting grants out, reviewing grants, making sure that data are being collected. And, it's the short-staffed in terms of all of the agencies across the government is really going to have these devastating effects. And it's a complete and utter waste as to what they're doing.
I mean, what I'm hearing you say is the work that you did was really important to keep people accountable for making sure that taxpayer-funded money that's going to school districts is getting where it needs to be and impacting students and teachers and families in the way it's supposed to be impacting them in terms of the value that it is going into certain programs. And now that accountability piece is in question.
Exactly. And what most citizens don't really realize is in 2018, there was a law that was passed, a bipartisan law called the Evidence Act. And, the agencies and the entities across the government all have to report on how they're building evidence, how they're doing good stewardship essentially for the government. And right now that isn't happening because they eliminated the folks that actually are the ones, making sure that happens. And so right now the accountability is gone. One of the big projects that I was working on in February and March was making sure that we were mitigating risks in terms of, being good stewards of government taxpayer dollars. And they've eliminated our positions.
Jason Cottrell, good luck with everything in your world right now. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us and to provide that insight.